Hey there, author Melissa May Younger here, and I'm going to give you some great KDP keywords to help you sell your fiction books more on Amazon. Here's what I did. So I went to this website, and I'll link that below, and I just looked at different book categories, and I looked at fantasy to get some ideas, and I saw, oh, there's Arthurian fantasy, which would be about like King Arthur and Merlin and such. And so I thought maybe that there would be some keywords in that category. I started typing in Arthurian fantasy, and then Arthurian legend was also coming up in the drop down. So I thought maybe Arthurian legend fantasy would be a good one. And then that one seemed like it was still pretty competitive. So I put in the word fairy tales as well, because sometimes people might categorize Arthurian legends as fairy tales. This has a score of 42 today. It actually had a score of 62 only a couple of days ago. So just note that. That probably means that less people are looking for it today than they were a couple of days ago. So as I was looking through fiction, I was thinking, what are some other popular categories? And one that's really popular is the mystery. The problem is the category of mystery and detective is so popular that there's going to be so many different results. But you can make your book stand out if you can get a little specific. So I put in death by poison. If you were writing a mystery where somebody dies by poisoning, then you could use this. And as you can see, it has a score of 64. Only 596 results would come up under this. You've just made an insanely competitive market a lot less competitive. You could do this with a lot of other things, okay? Mystery and detective, death by stabbing, or death by, shooting. Very morbid, I know. Now this says 64. The other day it said 70. Either means that less people are looking for it, or maybe a couple of people have published mysteries since then, which is possible because there's a lot of mysteries published every day. I'm going to come to science fiction, and I was just looking through science fiction, and I thought, you know what, this is actually a really popular type of science fiction. A lot of people like apocalyptic literature. They like reading about the end of the world for whatever reason. And so I decided to try to look for some apocalyptic science fiction type keywords. And so I just kept putting in different things in there. Doomsday, alien invasion. So if you had those kinds of elements in your book, then you could use this keyword. It has a score of 53 today, but the other day it had a score of 70. So that just means less people are looking for it today than the other day. You'll just want to keep tabs on your keywords, make sure that you change them if the score is getting too low, because that means that people are no longer looking for those keywords. But also just be reassured that it varies. For instance, let's say like this apocalyptic sci-fi movie came out that everybody wanted to go see, and then they go see the movie and they're like, that's really awesome. Now I want to read apocalyptic science fiction books. And so they go to Amazon and everybody is typing this in for a couple of days. And then the next trend comes along. People might not be typing in those keywords anymore, and you might have to look for different keywords to use. Another hot topic that I thought of was disability. And I also thought of that alongside family drama, because that's also something that if you look in television shows, then that's very popular today. And so I just tried out this keyword, family life drama disability. And today it has a score of 57, which is pretty good. Another category that is super popular is romance. Everybody loves to read lots of romance novels, apparently, and new romance novels are published every day, just like mystery novels. But if you can get specific, military romance, that would be a trope that would be very popular in that category. What usually transpires during the military romance is that there's some letter writing. So that has a score of 61, and there's 966 results. So by using a keyword like this, you eliminate a lot of the romance competition, and people who are looking for a book exactly like yours are going to be able to find it. What if I'm writing a comedy about this funny woman who is clumsy, because that's something that's also a trope, the woman who is always spilling her coffee on herself, or she's always running into the man of her dreams and knocking things out of his hands or something like that. So funny, clumsy books for women, that actually today has a score of 67, which is much higher than the other day. The other day it was only 61. And you only have 331 results that you would be competing against. So I hope that's helpful in helping you to find some great fiction keywords for your book, and maybe it gave you some ideas for some fiction books you might want to write this year, since some of those categories are kind of hot right now. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more about publishing and writing and my own personal projects and all of that.